Thank everybody for coming.
Excuse me.
Oh, I didn't pick you yet? Okay, well, let me pick you really fast.
We're going to line up and we're going to march to
Glad you're here.
Main Street. We have the Incarceration all the way to
You got me a sticker?
Yeah, we do.
I promised the young people in Ferguson that I would bring them to you. These kids are sleeping in tents. They've given up their jobs. They've delayed going to college. They are in it to win it. So we're going to honor them with the first chant, and we're going to pass some of them around so that you guys will know them. So I'm going to just do one, try not to laugh, but it's fantastic. And it's what do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send the killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. All right. Convict. You guys have got it. One of you, I know one of you guys would do it. We have, where's JC?
Alright, here I am, I'm holding the banner. So there you go. Yes, I did, I did. I talked, he said he's gonna have like a group of, like a take turns type of thing. Yeah. Here we are at the Mothers Against Police Brutality. So.
He's gonna hold this into the side so you can.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
They did like the little bee protest and stuff.
What in Christ?
Okay then. I grabbed the whole stack of them. Guys!
Oh, excuse me, sorry. No, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine.
The whole damn system is guilty as hell! Indict! Convict! Send those killer cops to jail! The whole damn system is guilty as hell! Indict! Convict! Send those killer cops to jail!
The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict,
Send those killer cops to jail! The whole damn system is guilty as hell!
indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Indict! Convict! Send those killer cops to jail!
The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Send those killer cops to jail!
The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Indict!
Convict,
Send those killer cops to jail!
the whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Convict,
Thank you, officer!
Huh?
oh, damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict.
Gotta get on the phone!
guilty as hell.
We're not going to do it.
We're not? No.
So you can get in front of us if you need to.
Okay.
The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system. We don't need them,
We may need to slow down. Peter, you want to be in front?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
To you, you send him to me.
Okay, all right.
Slow down to bring it back together a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Down a little bit. All right. Keep walking. There you go. Yeah. There you go.
back up. We want freedom, freedom. We don't need them, need them. Back up. We want freedom, freedom. All these racist killer cops. We don't need them, need them. Back up. We want freedom, freedom. All these racist killer cops. We don't need them, need them. Back up. We want freedom. racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Now. Justice.
When do we want it?
Now. Justice. Now.
When do we want it?
Justice. Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. These cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist
Hey,
got to go.
what's up?
Hey, ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have
So I was gonna start by thanking everybody for coming out here, but nobody needs me to thank them. But it's really beautiful to see everyone out here tonight. We're part of thousands of people across the country who are demonstrating tonight to say that we won't accept police brutality in communities in our cities anymore. To say that Black lives matter. To say that queer lives matter. To say that human beings deserve dignity. And the first speaker we have up tonight is John Fullen Wilder. He's going to be speaking on behalf of Mothers Against Police Brutality, who's been organizing locally, getting lots of exciting things done. So without further ado, here you go.
All right, all right. Now I'm going to talk tonight about a case that hasn't been reported properly yet. But I need some help. I need somebody to hold this thing for me, because I need a hand free. Now, Mothers Against Police Brutality started after a young man named Clinton Allen was killed in March of 2013. He was Colette Flanagan's son, and he was unarmed. He was shot 7 times, the last time at close range in the back. And we only know that because we got the autopsy for it. On June 14th of this year, a mentally ill middle-aged man named Jason Harrison was shot to death on his own front porch in front of his mother by 2 Dallas police officers within 2 minutes of arriving on the scene. He was shot 5 times, 2 times in the back. Now the only reason we know about this is Mothers Against Police Brutality got the autopsy and released it. Now the case I'm going to talk to you about tonight happened the day after Michael Brown was shot in Ferguson. The young man named in Dallas was Andrew Garners, 26-year-old white guy, standing on the corner of 12th and Rosemont in Oak Cliff. Officer Antonio Hudson, working a night shift on a private security detail, answers a call, finds a man supposedly yelling, an unarmed man. There's some words exchanged between Andrew Garners and Officer Hudson, and a minute or two later, Andrew Garners is lying on the sidewalk in his own blood. He's been shot 3 times in the chest. He's been shot in the right thigh once. He's been shot in the left forearm once, and he's been shot in the back once. Now, you might say, okay, it's a dispute. The officer needs to use some force. But the officer in this case goes from, hey, hey, stop that, to bam, 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 bam. There's no continuity. There's no stair-stepping up the level of force in response to what the so-called perpetrator's doing. Now that's bad enough. But when you examine the autopsy of this young man, you will see this. There is no gunshot residue on any one of those 6 wounds. No soot or stippling. Now what that means is that these aren't close shots. A shot within 3 or 4 feet gives you a gunshot residue on the bullet hole.
They didn't need to shoot him!
A shot further than 3 or 4 feet does not. Alright, the officer is scared for his life. Why? an unarmed man is yelling at least 3 or 4 feet away from him. Does he try to talk the man down? Does he back up and ask for backup himself? No, he opens fire. Let's just say the first 3 shots are to the chest, and Andrew Garners spins around. Now I'm on the 4th shot. Am I threatening you? No. All right, let's take it the other way. Andrew Garners is yelling. He's obviously upset. He thinks the cop's going to take him down, so he turns around to leave. He gets shot the first time in the back. Let's just say it happened that way. We don't know the order of the shots. But in that case, he still has his back to the officer. Now I'm 4 feet away. I know that because there's no gunshot residue on any of my bullet wounds. I got my back to the officer on at least 1 shot. Now how am I threatening his life? How? Now this officer, Officer Hudson, has the authority to shoot people if he thinks his life's in danger, right? Who gives him that authority? The mayor and the city council and the city manager and the police chief. And who are they supposed to be representing? Us. All right, so, worse yet, if you go down and ask for the security camera tape that supposedly caught this scene, that supposedly backs up everything the police say, that supposedly justifies shooting this man 5 bullets and 6 wounds, 1 in the back, you will be told you can't see that because it's part of an ongoing investigation. All right, now what are we investigating here? A homicide, right? All right, who's the suspect here? Officer Antonio Hudson, right? We got an open investigation. You, the public, you can't see the evidence that your own money pays for. We got an ongoing investigation, but guess what? The suspect is back in his patrol car, fully armed, patrolling the same beat.
We can kill again!
Now, what kind of investigation is that? That is a phony investigation. The DA and the grand jury haven't even looked at this case yet. Now, this is what we're up against. The previous one I mentioned, Jason Harrison, the 2 officers that shot him. When the family of Jason Harrison tries to get the lapel camera of the officer that shot their relative, they're told they can't get it. Why? It's an ongoing investigation. You go to the DA, if you investigate, you finish your investigation? No. Grand jury ruled on this? No. So it's an ongoing investigation of a homicide. We got 2 suspects. We know their names. We know where they work. We know the car they're driving around in. Except one thing we don't know is how to take these killer cops off the street. This is what we're up against. Approximately every 2 months, an unarmed man is shot by the Dallas police over the past 14 years. And if you add in people who they say are armed, like a guy that got killed the same day that Andrew Garners got killed, had a knife, holding a knife, a Latino kid, he was shot 5 times to death. The officer sees he has a knife. Does he back up? Does he start talking? Does he ask for help? No. He says, drop the knife, and opens fire. And the young man's dead. This was 1 day after Michael Brown was shot. Now there was a 3rd incident that Monday. An old white guy, older than me, was in North Dallas on Frankford Road. He's firing an automatic rifle at firemen. He's firing an automatic rifle at the police who respond to the call. This man is so insane, he thinks he's setting up the kingdom of Dagestan. That's his name. Do the police call in a sharpshooter team and take him out? Do the guns go around and say, hey, drop it or we'll shoot, and then shoot him 5 times, one's in the back? No, they talk him down. They do what you're supposed to do when you're faced with a mentally ill person acting in an aberrant manner. They talked him down because why? They valued that life. They didn't know which rich family that nut belonged to, so they had to value his life. And until we get a culture that values all of our lives, we're going to be fighting this fight. But I'm not saying that to say, yeah, rah, rah, let's keep going. I'm saying that to say this. The facts are on our side. Reality is on our side. This house of cards, this pack of lies will crumble. but it takes a sustained effort on the part of us and all of our friends and neighbors that aren't here, and all those people on Facebook too, your friends, you know, we got to get them too. Thanks a lot, thanks for coming, keep up the fight.
Alright, Mothers Against Police Brutality, if you haven't heard of them, they're amazing. And the founder started it after her son was murdered, and that officer was back on the street 3 days later. As a result of their work, cops are off the street longer, which is amazing, and they're still fighting every day in Dallas. So get involved if you don't have something you're already working on. Alright, so our next speaker is Kels Fryman. She's in the International Socialist Organization out in Denton. She's worked on anti-racist work to end the death penalty, which is the new lynching in America for black people. There are just as many people killed on death row and by cops as there were lynchings back in the day. It's racist and it needs to be over. So, actually more. Fantastic. And Kels is over there. Hey, love. Give it up for Kels.
Okay. Yes? Okay. I didn't want to set the siren off. That's not something fun at a police brutality march.
I get it.
I didn't want to yell at all of y'all, but apparently I have to fucking yell. So, I'm with the International Socialist Organization, as Meg said. I've been doing anti-racist work for about 5 years now, most of it with the Campaign to End the Death Penalty, that is often also known as the Campaign to End the New Jim Crow. We worked on several cases. There are always cases going on, because no matter what, no matter how many people governments kill, no matter how many people cops kill, they don't get the death penalty. Those without capital get capital punishment. We end up on the streets shot because their profit. We are expected to send our people to go fight their wars for profit and remain quiet when they come home in body bags. We're expected to take all of this in stride and not make connections. The reality is that every time we step out and we see oppression, there is a connection. The police train with the IDF in Palestine. The moves they use here, they take overseas to kill people in Palestine. They use occupation tactics from here over there, and they know it. Every Palestinian who's ever spoken about it makes this connection. Every person who has ever stepped on the street and realized how much colonization and what they're doing in the Middle East knows about this. It is not enough that we remain silent, and it is not enough that we sit back and say that we're only going to be part of one movement, because the government, the state as a whole, and every capitalist has vested interest in that.
That's right.
They are not in one movement, they are in every movement. The cops that shoot people here are the same ones that bring up files on activists in environmental movements. They're the ones that happily target us, blacklist us, make sure that we can't get jobs in order to have to resort to less than legal activities to survive, and then they put us in jail for surviving. They want to talk to us about our crimes, but they don't want us to bring up theirs. They never want us to talk about the fact that corporations are actively dumping frack water, actively dumping toxic, cancer-causing chemicals in our water so that they can take the gas elsewhere and profit off of it, while they're turning people's gas off here and poisoning us, but they don't want to pay medical bills. They want to act like we're the criminals for telling them no. They want to act like it's okay. Like anytime anyone has a police record, that it's okay to shoot them. The cops don't know if you have a police record when they see you, but damn sure if they shoot you, then suddenly you have a police record. They want to act like the people that they shoot are no angels. When any time one of them puts on a uniform, they become criminals. They know they're criminals. They're not angels either. Their specific job is to be oppressors. When they put on that uniform, they are no longer working class people. They are no longer one of us. They will arrest their own family. They will shoot their own family. They will deport their own family if the government tells them. They are not evidence. All of us know that there's evidence, so what do? We need a mass movement. We need not just us out here. This is a good start, but we always need more people. We need to make connections. We need to bring out everyone because they don't care. No, everyone thinks that they're going to care at some point, that, well, it's not my fault. It's never anyone's fault, but they still do it. Woo!
Yeah! Madrano, she's going to be speaking to us on behalf of the Feminist Majority Leadership Alliance. So give it up. Christy Madrano, everybody. Am I doing this right? All right, cool. Like Meg said, my name is Christy Madrano. I'm head of the Feminist Majority Leadership Alliance up in Denton. We're a student intersectional feminist organization. And I'm here to talk to you about how police brutality and police violence is in fact a feminist issue. It's an issue that feminists should care about and that women need to care about. And let me tell you why. A couple weeks ago, us FMLAers got together to talk about police brutality, to talk about the Clinton Allens and the Mike Browns of the world. And we got together and people were asking us, how is this a feminist issue? Why do feminists care about police violence? And I told them this. Every time the issue of police violence comes up, you want to know what I hear? I hear black families talking about how they don't want to have children in a society where killer cops are running amok, killing their kids in the streets.
Reproductive justice!
That's what we call reproductive justice. This is what's called a reproductive justice issue, which doesn't just involve access to reproductive health care like feminists are known for fighting for in Texas. It involves the ability to control how, when, where you're going to have your family, and to make sure that your family lives in a safe and prosperous environment. When I have black women telling me, I don't want to have kids in America, I don't want my kid to be shot before the age of 25 and left for dead in the streets and their killer go free. That is a reproductive justice issue. That is an issue that all feminists need to care about. I don't want to hear black parents and parents of color talking about to their kids, don't go out with that hoodie on. Don't stay out late. Where are you going? I don't want to hear that anymore. And while we're talking about the issue of police brutality and police violence, we also need to talk about the epidemic of sexual assault and rape that these policemen are also committing in our community. We need to see the intersections of these issues because the police who will terrorize black men on the streets will also terrorize women and sexually assault them. And we need to be fighting this issue from all angles.
Cameras with their badges. Yeah.
That's why this is a feminist issue, and that's why we came out here to show solidarity with this community and every community fighting police violence across this country. Thank you.
We started. Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose city?
Our streets!
Whose government?
Our government!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Well, I was asked to come here. In fact, I've been off the scene actually working a police brutality case in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I found out, even though Tulsa, Oklahoma is a small city, it is third in receiving police misconduct complaints. Above Detroit, above Baltimore, above Los Angeles, and above New York. In this issue, what we have to start doing is stop drawing color lines, sex lines, gender lines. Blurred lines need to go. This is an issue of citizenship. This is a constitutional issue. The access to the judicial system is as fundamental as the right to bear arms.
Yes, it is!
And you tell me how a group of peaceful demonstrators in Missouri can be arrested and attacked, while Tea Party activists with guns can walk peacefully in Target. Explain that to me.
It's not right!
We need to be more involved with the justice system itself. Rallying around issues is fine, but until we have female police officers, black police officers, gay police officers, gay judges, black judges,
is the police don't have power. The government doesn't have power. Our country doesn't have power without you. And this vote, and this fight, and this battle, and this war for the lives of women and people of color, because it extends into women, not only about reproductive rights. How about that mother that takes a beating every month from her husband? And the one day she's tired of it and shoots him, she goes to jail for 10 years for attempted murder.
It's all connected. It's all connected.
This is an interconnected fight, and this is about family, and it's about us exercising our rights at the ballot box to put people in office that share our beliefs in freedom and justice for all. I didn't come here to preach. I'm gay and God-fearing. But don't think for 1 minute. This has been an issue in America since slavery. Since Rodney King suffered that beating on television, to Trayvon Martin, life not being worth, a man who has been in trouble how many times since he killed that boy?
1 million.
This is as old a battle as the Constitution. But like any battle, you have to arm yourselves. And your weapon against police corruption and against injustice is at the ballot box. Is at the employment line at the police station.
Yes, in your camera.
Your candidate's ballot running for mayor. Those are the weapons of peace. And those are the weapons that will end and wipe the tears of every mother that cries at the loss of her son over 49 cents. Or every mother that's jailed because she didn't want to take another beating. Or at the people here horrified at the fact that in 2014 we still have to fight for the lives of black people to be equal in our justice system. This is not justice for some, it's justice for all. This is not just standing on the right side of love and holding people accountable. This is about you born in a country, free, peaceful, and with rights, and that your life matters to others, and that the laws that govern us should be as fair as the ballot box that delegates who represents you in the government in our office. And I reach out to people like Rick Perry, so ready to put the National Guard at the corners of our country to not let out people who are, this country was built on immigrants, and now you're trying to keep immigrants out.
That's right.
Brutalizing families at the border, at the cost of taxpayer dollars.
Speak because I have a speech.
We cannot allow this abuse of power to continue. You can't just show up at a rally and not take action. Whoever is representing you should believe what you believe, and that black lives matter, that women's lives matter, that all lives matter. And I told those you people to know that it is every bit your responsibility as it is to the government. They cannot run the government without the power of the people, and that belongs to you, and that's your responsibility. And whether we end up with a governor who has been indicted on abuse of power, the day I danced like a ballerina for the first time, or someone else, will depend on the degree of your disgust with this kind of behavior. Just last week, another boy was shot in the back by Dallas police. When is this gonna stop? I'll tell you, when you get off your butt and get your ID or whatever you gotta take down there and vote in a system in which thousands of black people and white people together died during the civil rights movement for you to have. Don't spit in the face of that gift. Utilize it, because I know no other time in history when we've needed it. The racism and the biased politics of corruption and violence against the community is at its best. We have 4 abortion clinics in Texas. How does that make sense? But it will end when you end it. Vote.
Yeah.
Right. Lives matter. Black
yet here we are. Alright, so next up we've got Cooper Caraway, who is the chairman of the Indigenous Peoples Liberation Party. So, without further ado, give it up for Cooper Caraway.
Good evening. My name is Cooper Caraway. As she said, I'm a member of the Indigenous Peoples Liberation Party. Indigenous people have a slightly different perspective when it comes to police brutality. You see, the United States federal government has made over 500 land treaties with the indigenous people of this continent. And do you know how many they kept? Show of hands.
0.
Say that again.
0.
One more time. 0. The United States federal government has made over 500 land treaties with the indigenous people of this continent, and they have kept 0. That means by international law, this is indigenous land that we are standing on right now. Those police over there, those police in Ferguson, the federal government has no right to be here to tell indigenous and African people how to live our lives. The United States federal government, for those of you who don't know, has participated in forced relocation, genocide, and ethnic cleansing against the indigenous people of this continent. They've engaged in kidnapping, ethnic cleansing, sterilization, and enslavement and genocide of the African people that they brought to this continent. The United States federal government has continued to promote economic exploitation of the white working class for over 400 years. The United States federal government and their system of colonialism and imperialism is screwing us all over, and that's why we need to stand together and resist it. We have to come to the realization, brothers and sisters, that indigenous people, African people, and the white working class people all have an abusive relationship with this system. So what do you tell, let me ask you, what do you tell one of your siblings when you find out that they're in a relationship that's not good for them? When you find out that they're in a relationship that's abusive? You tell them, no, you are beautiful. You are intelligent. You deserve so much better. You need to leave your partner. Well, the Indigenous Peoples Liberation Party is here to tell you today that we are beautiful. We are intelligent. We deserve so much better. We need to dump this oppressive system once and for all. Now, to show our newfound solidarity, I'd like to see everyone's fist up in the air right now. When I say what do we do, I'd like for everyone out here to say fight back as loud and passionately as you can. Police kill innocent members of our community, so what do we do?
Fight back!
Police kill innocent members of our community, what do we do?
Fight back!
Police kill innocent members of our community, what do we do?
Fight back!
Your bosses cut your pay and your landlord raises your rent, what do you do?
Fight back!
Bosses cut your pay and your landlord raises your rent, what do you do?
Fight back!
What do you do?
Fight back!
What do you do?
Fight back!
Brothers and sisters, as long as you keep up that passion, as long as you keep that commitment, then Michael Brown will never die. Trayvon Martin will never die. Quentin Allen will never die. Our communities will never die. Thank you.
Promise me to bring this back to you. These are kids that are sleeping in tents. They have put college on hold, put their full-time jobs going part-time, put their part-time jobs. They are in it to win it.
Yes.
They want an indictment, and we were in Ferguson in the trenches with these children, and they are our leaders of today and tomorrow. I am so proud of those children. So, we're gonna do, there they are. Come on up here, guys. When I heard this, I just thought it was the coolest thing. And they say, please take it back. So, it's the beginning of what do we want justice, when do we want it now. And after we say that first, we go into indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Okay. What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want it?
Now!
Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. we have next?
Jean Lance.
Okay, Jean.
Jean.
And Jean's gonna come up and speak with Jobs for Justice. That'd be you, yeah. Unless there are other Jean Lances with Jobs for Justice.
Excuse me.
There's all of them are Jean Lances.
Push this.
Nope. Just speak.
Just talk.
Just stop.
My name is Gene Lance. I have been associated with Job with Justice for many years. I'm right now the president of the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans. You may hear me on KNON on Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock on the Workers Beat program. I would also like to say that I'm an executive board member of my union local in the Auto Workers Union, the executive board of the Dallas AFL-CIO, and the executive board of the Texas AFL-CIO. Thank you, buddy. That means I'm associated with labor, and I would encourage you to be involved with organized labor today, because it is amazing how much more progressive they are than they were in the days when I was a college student. We used to call them the AFL-CIA with good reason. But today they're very much more progressive. There would be more of them here tonight. It's my fault that they're not. I went to see the movie Pride, and I bragged about it so much, and I insisted so much that they go, that they set up a night to go see the movie Pride. Unfortunately, this was it. I recommend that movie, by the way. It's about solidarity, it's about winning, and it's about how to lose. Winning is solidarity. Prejudice is losing. In the progressive movement today, I can look back over 46 years of things that I've been involved in like this. At all times, then and now, the causes of the black community were the point of the spear. So you're right to be here. You're doing the right thing when you're here. Don't even question it for a minute. The most profound thing that happened to me back in 1970 had to do with the African American community and a young man I didn't even know. His name was Carl Hampton. I think he was 20 at that time. I was teaching school and going to graduate school at the University of Houston, and I had some vague ideas about education reform, but I hadn't thought it through, and I hadn't begun to think about how serious the systemic problem is in the United States until Carl Hampton did something for me. He pulled a gun on a Dallas policeman. That was on a Wednesday. Now, Carl Hampton's cousin, Fred Hampton, had already been murdered by the Chicago police that previous summer at the Algiers Motel. Some of the older people here will remember that. That was on a Wednesday when Carl Hampton pulled a gun on a Houston policeman. On Sunday night, they surrounded the place where they were meeting. They put a sniper on the roof. And when Carl Hampton came out of his headquarters, they shot him dead. That was the first time that I began to realize that there's something systemically wrong in the United States, and it's focused very, very much on the armed services, and that includes the police. That was the beginning of a long road for me. I'm proud to say that I'm still on that road. I'm not going to get off of that road. I'll be here with you till the day I die. And I thank you for being with me.
Is it on? There we go. Okay, listen, I'm into these chance things. I got one more from Ferguson, and then I'll do my little speech thing for you. Okay, you guys are going to like this. It doesn't apply to a lot of us out here because we're not young and strong, but it's beautiful.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear us? Can you hear me now? Okay. I have one more chant from Ferguson that I promised them to bring, and it doesn't apply to some of us out here because we're not young and strong, but there are a lot of young and strong people out here that are the leaders right now and that are the leaders tomorrow. And the chant is, you just repeat it after me. We're young, we're strong, we're going to keep it going on. We're young, we're strong, we're going to keep it going on. We're young, we're strong, we're going to keep it going on. We're young, we're strong, we're going to keep it going on. We're young, we're strong, we're going to keep it going on. All right. You guys remember that. You're young and you're strong and you don't have to be oppressed. I'm on that? Okay. Listen, I lost my only son, Clinton Allen. My son was 25 years old. He was unarmed and he was shot to death 7 times by a cop named Clark Staller. By a cop who should never have been on the street. That had 8 excessive force complaints, 1 attempted murder, and falsifying a police record. But he was on the street because it's a culture in the Dallas Police Department. We are no longer dealing with a few bad apples. We are no longer dealing with a few bushels of bad apples. We are into orchards of bad apples. And so we need to understand what is going on in our communities. And we need to be more than Facebook activists. When you see someone on Facebook and you see a cop kicking the shit out of somebody and you just post shaking my head and it's a cop in Austin, Texas or San Antonio, Texas, you know what you can do besides shaking your head? You can Google the chief, the police department, and you can say, hey, listen, I want to know where is this cop that I just saw on the internet, and if you don't know about this, what's your email address? I'm going to send it to you. We have to start tagging these bad acting cops. We have to hold them accountable. So what do we do next? What do we do? Rallying is good. Marching is good for the soul. It makes some people uncomfortable, and it makes some people feel good. But I challenge every single one of you to get involved and fight police brutality, because I tell you, today is my son, tomorrow it's your son, or your uncle, or even your sister. This is not a black thing, or yourself. This is not a black thing, it's not a Hispanic or brown or Latino thing, or an indigenous Indian thing. It's not a white thing, it's not a poor people thing, it's our thing. And we must all be our brother's keepers. We must all be our brother's keepers. I thank you guys so much for coming out. Visit our website, mothersagainstpolicebrutality.com. Our Facebook. If you ever see something in Dallas going on, drop us an email at mothersagainstpolicebrutality@gmail.com. We get hundreds and we answer every single one of them. You are the eyes and the foot soldiers of this movement. You are the eyes and the foot soldiers of this movement. And I'm very proud of everyone that came out tonight. And thank you so very much. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this going.